Hey, good afternoon. So, you'll probably notice this shirt I had in an earlier video, but yes, I'm doing a compilation of things I'm thinking about, and then I'll save them and release them as we go along. So, one of my dear sweet subscribers said, yeah, maybe I'd like to go gambling with her. On the boats. We have boats in the area, gambling boats. And I've thought to myself, I wouldn't mind a boat ride, but then I remember the last time I went on a boat, was that Booth Bay Harbor? I can't remember, but there was a whaling, you could go and see the whales out in the deep ocean, and I was so sick. I was so sick I had to lay down on one of the empty bench seats on the boat. And I was like, ah. And that happened to me for the second time, because before that, when this was with Bonnie, and she was also not too well. Bonnie, Dennis, and me, we went on a little vacation. It was around the time my mother died. And it was the most stressful time of my life. It was horrible. Really, really horrible. But we went on the whale watch, and we never saw a whale. They gave us tickets to come back and try it again, but we never used them, They're probably still around here somewhere in a box, but so that's my boating experience. Before that, we used to love to go to Monhegan Island, and I was fine as long as the water was not choppy. One time we went when the water was choppy, and I was so sick, even with Dramamine. And I had to face the boat ride back. Oh, it was so awful. So then there was that one, and then there was the whale watch, and I'm done with boating. It's not happening. The other thing is, years ago, when Dennis would tell me all about his adventures out west, I finally said to him, I don't want to wait till we retire. Let's go now. My father was 48, never got to retire, and he died. I said, we just don't know what life is going to bring us. I want you to show me now. And so we stopped, we finished up all of our cleaning jobs. We used to wash windows, we did offices, we did floors, we did everything. Everything that could possibly be done, we did it. And we finished those up, and we gave notice to the landlord that we were leaving. Had a big yard sale, sold all our stuff, and it was back then me, my husband, Dennis, Rachel, who was then 7, and little Denny, who was almost 2. And that June, we ventured off. It was an exquisite trip, and one I'll never forget. However, when we got to Reno, they were giving away, I was looking through the magazines, see what is there to do, and all over the West, okay, and all the casino towns, a free roll of nickels back then. If you came into the casino with a little coupon, you got a free roll of nickels. I gave my coupon, I got my nickels, and I immediately lost all $2. I was so sick over it. I mean, I was sick over it. It was like, $2 could have bought us a gallon of milk and a loaf of bread. $2 could have blah, 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 blah. I lost $2. And after that, I would get the coupons, get the nickels, and put them in my purse. I would not make a good gambler, no. As a matter of fact, we were walking through a casino one time, and there was a baccarat table, or whatever you call that, some sort of game. And I said to Dennis, what's going on here? Everybody's gathered around. He said, this man is making $30,000 bets. I said, what? $30,000. I said, I'm going up to him and asking him for one of those chips. $30,000 could buy this poor family a home. And he said, you'll get kicked out. So we had our little argument, and I didn't go and approach him, but I wanted to. I wanted to say, hey, what about the poor? I could use that $30,000. He was just throwing those $30,000 chips down, one after another. I hated him. Try not to hate Nikki. Well, I don't hate him now, but then I was like, this is disgusting. There's people starving out in the streets. So that was another experience that I hated. And then, years later, when I lived in Dover Foxcroft, I was looking for a little part-time job, and they were advertising for a shopper, going and shopping. And I was like, oh yeah, I love gift shops. I love the grocery store. They sent me to the casino in Bangor. I don't remember the name of it. Something with an H. Hollywood Slots. Okay. I don't know if they still call it that. And I went in there for the first time with Dennis when he was well, and we were going to go to the buffet, but it was closed. And we looked around, and he gave me $10, and I said, I hate to gamble. He says, I'll be out of the bathroom in a minute, and then I'll finish the $10 with you. Let's just, try our luck. That $10 went so fast, he wasn't even out of the bathroom. I said, you told me to play. I kept playing. I lost everything. I said, don't tell me to gamble anymore. I hate it. So then when the shoppers thing came up, right? Oh my gosh. I was being paid for it, $75 a shop. And what you would do is you'd go in there, and you wouldn't let anybody know why you were there. And you were allowed to get a free meal, a drink, and $20 in gambling. And then they'd reimburse you all that and pay you $75. So I said, all right, I'm going to give this a try. What was it about that place? When I walked in, I just felt a darkness I can't express. If you're a gambler, forgive me, but it's just this oppressive feeling. That's the instinct, the first intuitive feeling I had. I didn't gamble. I only knew how to do slots, and they had changed. You had to get chips now, or tokens or something, or put a card in. Yes, you got a card, and I had to use that card so I could prove to the shopper company that I was actually there. Put the card in or something like that. Anyway, then I'd play. And I actually won some money once, $20, and they took that out of my shopper's pay. That should have been a tip. They took it out of my shopper's pay. And I loved the food part. The first time they let me have dinner in a really nice one of the restaurants in there. And it had salmon, and it had dessert, and it had a drink. It was great, right? And then after that, it was like burgers and stuff, which I love burgers, don't get me wrong, and I'd have that. And then it was just a drink another time, and I just hated it. I hated it. And the fourth time I was going to go, I just didn't. Oh, she was so upset with me. You didn't go? That looks really bad for this company. And I'm like, I just don't want to go anymore. And even though I had done that, and I told her how I felt about it, I said, there's a feeling of oppression. I just can't handle it. And a couple times I was in the elevator. Poor soul looked at me and said, any luck? Nah. Did you lose very much? Not really. Did you win anything? No. And they'd sometimes tell me their experience. They're taking all my money. It's this and it's that. And I think those machines are rigged. And my heart broke for them. Gambling can become an addiction. You've got to be careful. The only gambling I do once in a blue moon is I buy a lottery ticket. And I don't think I'm even going to do that anymore. I don't mind buying a lottery ticket in Florida because it goes back into the education system here, which I think they, need that money. And also our 1 cent for Pasco goes, to education. But I feel for people that, that don't have and go and gamble. So really, I can't tolerate it. I don't like it. It makes me feel sad. It makes me feel the oppression of that need to win. You know, if I just play one more time, I know I'll hit it. Thank God I've never had an obsession like that, and I never want to. Fighting food obsession is bad enough for me. Yeah. And the obsession to feel sad. You know, those are my two obsessions I need to wipe out, get better. So that's my gambling story, and I'm sticking to it. No, I don't want to go gambling, but thank you for the offer. How about Hobby Lobby? Let's go there. Bye.